Ya, shalom Bapak Ibu, Sobat Layar Kesaksian, selamat berjumpa kembali. Apa kabar kalian semua? Dan kali ini kita akan melihat seperti apa infrastruktur yang telah direncanakan untuk membangun Gaza yang disampaikan langsung dari menantu Benyamin Netanyahu. Ini ibu kota yang sangat mewah akan dibangun oleh Amerika dan juga Israel. Seperti apa proses pembangunan dan gambaran infrastrukturnya? Saya ajak kita semua untuk menyimak sampai akhir video ini.
Ya,
Prof. Alex
betul.
yang bisa dijawab.
Israel sekarang menguasai sekitar 53-58% ya wilayah Gaza dengan garis kuning yellow line, dinamakan yellow line karena memang batas-batasnya diwarnai kuning, beton-betonnya gitu ya. Kenapa ini ada? Ya karena memang kita ingat serangan teror dari Hamas dan Jihad Islam dan kawan-kawannya 7 Oktober 2023 yang menewaskan lebih dari 1.300 orang. Sekitar 1.300 orang dan menculik 253 orang. Jadi
menculik dengan membunuh 70.000 jauh.
Ini penculikan. Bayangkan ada organisasi teror yang menawan mulai dari anak sampai manula, perempuan. Bahkan kesaksian dari para penyintas penawanan itu bukan hanya perempuan yang diperkosa, laki-laki juga diperkosa. Oleh laki-laki artinya. Tapi itu lain cerita. Kita sekarang fokus ke perdamaian. Kalau kita lihat dari paparan Jared Kushner, dia ini adalah Dewan Eksekutif Gaza. Dewan Eksekutif Gaza bukan hanya Jared Kushner, bukan hanya menantu dari Presiden Trump yang jelas orang Yahudi ya. Bukan hanya ada Steve Witkoff, utusan khusus Timur Tengah. Ada di sana Turki, Qatar, Mesir dan Uni Emirat Arab. Dewan Eksekutif Gaza, paparan dari Jared Kushner di Davos menyajikan Gaza yang baru. Targetnya kapan? Dalam waktu 3 tahun. Pembangunan di Gaza itu sudah berjalan. Pertama fokusnya di mana? Di Rafah. Rafah akan dibangun 100.000 rumah. Di tepi pantai dibangun kawasan bisnis dan turisme. Menjadikan seperti Dubai, seperti Hong Kong. Jadi ini strategi yang menurut saya bisnis plan yang sangat cepat. Bandingkan dengan Indonesia, kita bangun IKN berapa lama? Nah ini 3 tahun targetnya. PBB saja mengatakan untuk membereskan puing-puing di Gaza butuh waktu 7 tahun. PBB ini pesimis ya. Tapi kalau kita lihat presentasi Jared Kushner justru 3 tahun. Nah disinilah jadi ada kata kuncinya. Rekonstruksi atau rehabilitasi Gaza bisa terjadi jika Hamasnya tidak ada. Jadi kembali lagi. Israel mundur kalau Hamasnya tidak ada. Dan jangan takut Israel akan menguasai Gaza. Sebab Israel sudah keluar dari Gaza sejak 2005.
Okay.
Jadi Israel gak punya kepentingan di Gaza. Bahkan Israel kasih Gaza untuk damai, untuk menjadi bagian dari Palestina. Namun sayangnya tahun 2006 Hamas menang pemilu, bukan Fatah yang menang pemilu. Sehingga Gaza itu yang ukurannya 40 kali 10 kilometer, 40 kilometer kali 10 kilometer justru jadi basis teror. Ini yang ditakutkan. Nah, kalau kita mau betul-betul Gaza yang baru ini damai sejahtera, Gaza yang makmur, tentu kita harus balik lagi.
Okay.
Yang menguasai Gaza harus yang tidak mau teror. Kalau enggak percuma. Dibangun pasti akan bangun atasnya bagus, bawahnya dibangun terowongan. Untuk apa? Teror. Ngeri.
Okay. Baik.
Kita lihat dari komposisi Dewan Perdamaian Gaza ini ya, Dewan Eksekutifnya. Ada negara seperti Qatar. Yang jelas-jelas Qatar ini adalah pelindung dari Hamas. Berapa banyak pemimpin Hamas yang sampai hari ini masih ada di ibu kota Qatar, di Doha. Dan kita tahu Qatar ini sangat dekat dengan Presiden Trump. Trump dapat apa? Pesawat dari Qatar. Dan Qatar tidak pernah digadang-gadang untuk ikut masuk dalam kesepakatan Abraham. Tidak seperti Arab Saudi dan Indonesia. Jadi seperti ada tidak ditekan gitu ya untuk masuk ke kesepakatan Abraham. Nah, buat Israel tidak semua yang ada di situ adalah temannya Israel. Jadi kita bisa lihat ada Pakistan. Pakistan ini tidak bersahabat dengan Israel. Yang bersahabat India, India malah belum masuk. Nah, jadi kalau saya sangat apresiasi Presiden Prabowo. Karena apa? Presiden Prabowo lah yang pertama berani melakukan tindakan nyata.
Oke.
Konkret.
Meskipun
Selama ini kita hanya
bahwa
wacana
Amerika
loh.
Serikat sebagai negara pencetus Dewan Perdamaian BOP ini sekutunya Israel.
Karena memang sejauh ini kita bisa lihat Amerika juga menghasilkan kesepakatan damai Abraham. Negara seperti Uni Emirat Arab bisa berdamai di masa siapa? Di masa Trump. Bahrain, Maroko, negara-negara Islam, negara-negara Arab ini bisa berdamai di masa Trump yang pertama. Jadi suka tidak suka kita harus apresiasi. Korea Utara dan Korea Selatan ketemu di mana? Di Singapura, di masa siapa? Di masa Trump. Ada hasilnya. Nah, sekarang kalau Rusia sama Ukraina juga bisa berdamai di tangan Trump di periode kedua, tentu kita harus sambut positif.
And New Gaza, it could be a hope, it could be a destination, have a lot of industry, and really be a place that the people there can thrive, have great employment. Once this starts going, we think there should be 100% full employment and opportunity for everybody there. And we have a lot of data on what can be, but we think that this really gives the Gazan people an opportunity to live their aspirations. Thank you, Steve. And I have to say, one of the great honors for me of being able to work on this has been working with Steve, who really is as brilliant as he is. His heart is tremendous. He's a lot of fun to be with. And even in some of these, very difficult moments where we didn't think things were happen, working together really was an amazing treat. I'm going to go now today just through a couple quick slides just to show you the progress that's been made in the last couple months. It was just over 100 days ago that we got the final deal done, and everyone was celebrating and joyous about the hostages coming home and the end to this long war that nobody thought was possible. And Steve and I were panicking, saying, what do we do next? How do you implement peace? And as you guys know, peace is a different deal than a business deal because you're changing a mindset. And in Israel, there was 2 years of very intense war. For the people in Gaza, there was more than just 2 years of war. They had 20 years of hopelessness being ruled by a terrorist organization. For the people in the Middle East, their hearts were pulled by this. And throughout the entire world, it really was weighing on us. And so we needed to think about, what do we do next? How do we change the habits? How do we change the behaviors? And we really got to work right away. And the team that Steve thanked, including the White House team and the team, the volunteers. It's really been an incredible effort, very entrepreneurial, and we really did it in the way. I've been working now with President Trump for 10 years on politics, and what continues to amaze me is that he always takes a first principles approach and says, what's the most optimal outcome? Aim for that. Whereas politicians are always focused on the downside or what could go wrong or how to make it a little bit better. He always says, aim for the best possible and, do your best to get there. And if everyone thinks it's impossible, that's even more reason why you should aim for it. And so really thank you for the leadership and the inspiration for doing this. And I think you'll see today we've achieved more than thought was possible. And our ambition is still to go for something, I think, better than most people think is possible as well. So let's see if these things work. They never usually work. Good. So quickly, I'll go through this 2-year war, 90,000 tons of munitions. There's over 60 million tons of rubble there and tens of thousands of fatalities. Through the ceasefire, we were able to get to through the 20-point plan, ceasefire, release of hostages. Getting the UN resolution passed was a huge, huge effort, really thanks to Mike Waltz and the whole team there. They did an incredible job. And we've then, with the help of the UN, we've worked very, very well with them. This is why you need a new organization like the Board of Peace to work with the UN. I want to thank Tom Fletcher, did an incredible job of really getting it going. We've done historic humanitarian aid. Going forward, number one thing is going to be security. Obviously, we've been working very closely with the Israelis to figure out a way through de-escalation. And the next phase is working with Hamas on demilitarization, which I'll talk about in a second. But without security, nobody's going to make investments. Nobody's going to come, build there. We need investments in order to start giving jobs. We want to take these people. 85% of the aid of Gaza, 85% of the GDP of Gaza has been aid for a long time. That's not sustainable. It doesn't give these people dignity. It doesn't give them hope. And so we want to use free market economy principles, a lot of what President Trump spoke about that he's doing in America. We want to bring the same mindset, the same approach to a place like Gaza to give these people the ability to thrive and have a good life. Let's see. So on the aid, I mentioned the UN. So now people are talking about famine. 100% of the food needs are met, and that's been overabundance. The cost of goods have gone down tremendously. Over 55,000 trucks have gone in, and over 1.4 million pallets. So it's been the largest humanitarian effort done into a war zone that anyone's been able to tell us about. This really has been a great joint effort that everyone's been able to do, and so it's a great thing. We all just heard from Ali. We have been so impressed. Steve and I were speaking to him and the entire committee. Such bravery of these people to step up, and we've worked with the Palestinian Authority, who's been helping us as well. But this committee is the first time it's a technocratic, apolitical committee. I really want to thank the Arab partners for helping us select the right people to do this, and we just need to believe in them and support them. I put this up here. It's probably a little too small for me to read, but this is really important if you saw the mission statement. So Hamas's mission statement was, we need to destroy the state of Israel. That has not worked well for the people, as we've seen. Their mission statement is, we are committed to establishing security, restoring the essential services that form the bedrock of human dignity, such electricity, water, healthcare, and education, as well as cultivating a society rooted in peace, democracy, and justice, operating with the highest standards of integrity, transparency. So these are the basic things. Their goal is to have peace and to help their people, which is an obvious mission statement for a government, but actually fairly novel for Gaza. So we did a master plan. We brought in, I thank you, Yakir Gabay, who's one of the most successful real estate developers and brilliant people I know. He's volunteered to do this, not for profit, really because of his heart. He wants to do this. And we've developed ways to redevelop Gaza. Gaza, as President Trump's been saying, has amazing potential, and this is for the people of Gaza. We've developed it into zones. In the beginning, we were toying with the idea of saying, let's build a free zone, and then we have a Hamas zone. And then we said, you know what, let's just plan for catastrophic success. Hamas signed a deal to demilitarize. That is what we are going to enforce. People ask us what our plan B is. We do not have a plan B. We have a plan. We signed an agreement. We are all committed to making that agreement work. There's a master plan. We'll be doing it in phasing. In the Middle East, they build cities like this in 2-3 million people. They build this in 3 years. And so stuff like this is very doable if we make it happen. Rafah will start with. This will show a lot of workforce housing. We think this could be done in 2-3 years. We've already started removing the rubble and doing some of the demolition. And then New Gaza. It could be a hope, it could be a destination, have a lot of industry, and really be a place that the people there can thrive, have great employment. Once this starts going, we think there should be 100% full employment and opportunity for everybody there. And we have a lot of data on what can be, but we think that this really gives the Gazan people an opportunity to live their aspirations. But it all starts with security, and it all starts with governance. Final note I'll just say on the Board of Peace, which is that all the lessons we're doing is we're basically studying the best practices from all over the world, and we're watching who does education the best, who does healthcare delivery the best. All of these things it's not secret IP. All this is IP that the Board of Peace is going to make public, and we want to encourage all the countries to be able to follow these best practices. A lot of the things that President Trump is doing in America, if they're working, we should all be copying them. If we find what's working in other countries, we should be copying them too. And so what the Board of Peace will have the ability to do if we're successful with Gaza is really show how do you do peace implementation, which is something that when we got this deal done, we didn't really find too much expertise or know-how on how to do it. So as we're creating this system, hopefully it's something that we can just document these learnings and make them available to all else who want to use them in the future. So demilitarization, this is something we're starting now that we have a new government in Gaza. This government will be working with Hamas on the demilitarization to really take the principles that were agreed to in the document to the next phase, and hopefully that will be successful. Without that, we can't rebuild. So if Hamas does not demilitarize, that will be what holds back Gaza and the people of Gaza from achieving their aspiration, and that's very important. So the next 100 days, we're going to continue to just be heads down and focused on making sure this is implemented. We continue to be focused on humanitarian aid, humanitarian shelter, but then creating the conditions to move forward. So thank you. Final point I'll just make is this is really only possible because of the work of so many people and President Trump's great leadership. But a lot of you have been asking, how can we help? So the countries have all been incredibly generous. We'll be doing the first conference where we'll announce a lot of the contributions that will be made in a couple weeks in Washington. From the private sector, there'll be amazing investment opportunities. I know it's a little risky to be investing in a place like this, but we need you to come, take faith, invest in the people, try to be a part of it. And then finally, I'll just talk to people on the media and on the social media, which is this deal only happened because we worked with Israel, we worked with Turkey, we worked with Qatar, we worked with Saudi, we worked with Egypt. I mean, everyone worked together. We worked with UAE. We all worked together to make this happen. I see a lot of people trying to escalate, criticizing Israel or Israelis criticizing Turkey or Qatar. Just calm down for 30 days. I think that the war is over. Let's do our best to try working together. Our goal here is peace between Israel and the Palestinian people. Everyone wants to live peacefully. Everyone wants to live with dignity. Let's put our efforts towards promoting those who are doing the work to build this up, like Ali and his committee. Let's focus on the positive stories, and let's just calm down, turn a new chapter. And if we believe that peace is possible, then peace really can be possible. So we're going to continue to work every day. We need all of your help to do it. And again, I just really want to thank President Trump for his leadership in doing this. This would not have been possible without your commitment to this. Everyone thought it was impossible to end this war. You never gave up. You never stopped. Every time there was a setback, you told us to try harder. You gave us different ideas. And we've made several impossible things happen just in Gaza to date, and there's no reason why we shouldn't be able to make even more impossible things happen. So really thank you for your amazing leadership.
Iya Bapak Ibu Sobatku sekalian, kita semua telah menyimak sampai akhir video ini, di mana kita bisa membayangkan kota Gaza yang akan dibangun dengan infrastruktur yang sangat mewah. Siapa lagi yang akan membangun kalau bukan dari Amerika dan juga Israel serta orang-orang Palestina. Karena harapan kita semua, rakyat Palestina juga bisa tenang berdampingan dengan orang-orang Israel tanpa adanya Hamas. Namun tak banyak juga yang merindukan kehadiran Hamas untuk menghancurkan Israel. Tetapi percaya saja, jikalau campur tangan Tuhan, maka rencana kejahatan apapun tidak akan bisa terjadi kepada bangsa Israel. Siapapun orang percaya selalu mengatakan bahwa Israel sangat diberkati oleh Tuhan. Israel adalah bangsa yang sangat bahagia. Ini adalah fakta, mau terima atau tidak, yang nyatanya ini adalah fakta bahwa Israel itu adalah bangsa yang sangat bahagia dan diberkati oleh Tuhan Yesus. Kiranya video ini bermanfaat dan bisa memberikan gambaran kepada kita semua seperti apa Gaza yang akan dibangun oleh Amerika Serikat ke depannya. Demikian, Tuhan Yesus memberkati dan sampai jumpa.